Shoveling the roof for Pops. This is good. Yeah, fuck him.
Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Millennial Smark, and I'm bringing you the slop, the whole slop, and nothing but the slop. So this just popped up on my radar. By the way, forgive me for having like a weird voice if I sound a little bit under the weather. That's because I am under the weather, but that's fine. That's okay. I'm still active, and I have enough energy to push through this. But this person popped up on my radar. They dropped this tweet. They said, Harley Cameron has deactivated her Twitter account, seemingly as a result to all the harassment she has gotten for what happened with Penelope Ford. They didn't say Penelope Ford, but that's who they're referring to. This just shows how terrible the IWC is, and as you can see right here, there's a picture of Harley Cameron's. I guess that's what deactivation looks like on Twitter. I don't know. I'd never really been deactivated before. Oh, yes, I have. My other account has, but that's because of other reasons. Nevertheless, though, I had to like look around and see what the fuck just happened. Like, what the hell is she? What is she talking about? And before I actually watched the video, because it was actually relatively hard to find it on Twitter, I just went directly to YouTube, but I wanted to clip it so I can like show it to you guys. I actually looked at some of the reactions just to get a little bit more context before I watched the video, right? So let me show you that before I show you the video. This person said, Harley Cameron won Most Improved on the Dynamite Dave Awards and was directly responsible for hurting a co-worker last night. Referring to Thursday. AEW continues to be a complete backyard shit show. Holy fuck. Okay, but that's coming from a guy with a name like that, so I don't take him fucking seriously. This person says, anyone who is harassing Harley Cameron and saying downright terrible things to her and are fucking scum. You need to get your teeth knocked down your throats. No, it's the fucking internet. Like, you don't have, unless you're doing something like really, really deplorable that actually affects them in their real life. We'll see the first, look, we'll watch the video and we'll keep reading some of these people's reactions, but can I pause right there for a second? Maybe it's just me. I don't understand and I don't get it. I can get getting upset, especially at misinformation or disinformation. Like, it's fine to get upset at people for, like, you know, reading you wrong and painting you out as some, you know, monstrosity of a human being, right? But, like, to the degree where you need to, like, hit people in real life because, like, they hurt your feelings on the internet, it's just so fucking retarded to me. I never really understood that. It's like, okay, they say mean things to you on the internet. So fucking what? I get it if it starts to bleed into, like, now fucking with your actual personal life. Oh, yeah, then who cares? All, you know, gloves are off at that point. But, like, someone saying, hey, you're fucking stupid. Like, okay, so my mom loves me. Okay, I'm good now, right? I don't know. I never really got shit like that. Let's read another comment, though. This person, he wrote a whole goddamn passage. Hold on, listen. I read this guy's comments before, though, in one of my older videos. He said, Harley Cameron deactivated her X account because of the IWC harassing her and blaming her for Penelope Ford's injury. I want to say this. Mistakes happen in the ring. Nothing is perfect. No matter how many times the men and women do their best to train and work hard to limit injury, sometimes it happens. Sometimes you can't escape it. Mistakes happen, and so do injuries in the sport. You who sit at home thinking you know what it is like, well, newsflash, you don't. You think this sport is easy? Well, lace up a pair of boots, partner, and step in the ring, and then let me know how easy it is when you're done. I trained for 3 months when I attempted to get into the business. It isn't easy. It hurts. It takes a lot of discipline and grit to do what the men and women do in the ring. So, screw you to anyone who harassed Harley Cameron to the point she had to deactivate her X account. I mean, besides the fact that that was some of the most cringiest shit I've ever read, he's not wrong. I have to see the context. Let me read one more comment. Let me see, like, the context as far as, like, how badly she fucked up to know, like, if his statements have any merit to it. Oh, look, Brian Alvarez, our favorite cuck. Friendly note. Anyone blaming Willow or Harley for Penelope's injury, I have 2 words for you. Suck it! No, sorry. Fuck off. Thank you. Okay, that's cool. I don't care, Brian Alvarez. You you fuck off as well. I don't know. All right, without further ado, let me react to this live with you guys. I can't show the video for obvious reasons. I mean, if Denise Salcedo, Down syndrome Salcedo, if she can, block my videos for showing her content, showing AEW's content within the context of fair use, God only knows what AEW would do to clap my cheeks. So I can't show her video, but I will react to it. Very similar to the Mariah May video I did a couple of months ago. Let's just get to the fucking video. Goddamn. Alright, so let's see what we're fucking with here. I got the video set up. Gonna turn it down. Okay, we're good. I got Penelope Ford on the turnbuckle. If you guys want to click on the link, it'll take you directly to Twitter. We can map this out little by little. Let's watch it in full speed first. Okay, hold up. So she's hitting a moonsault, and okay, neither woman catches her. Neither Willow. No, can we run it back? Yeah, let me run it back one more time. I'm playing in slow motion this time. Okay. Okay, no, this is not an excuse to see Willow's ass jiggle. I can watch it in slow motion whenever I want. Yeah. But here's my thing, though. Harley was more out of place than Willow Nightingale was. But at the same time, it's not like Willow Nightingale really caught her all too well as well, right? Let me see. One more time. Willow makes an attempt to catch her, I guess. And Harley just... One more time. Let me see what Harley's doing. Because I want to be able to fully, accurately judge this without being distracted by Willow Nightingale's ass jiggle. Okay, let's see. Just clips her arm. Just literally clips her fucking arm. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, Harley Cameron is definitely at fault here, but like at the same time though, you know what? Let me get back in real time and we'll discuss this more in depth, if you will. So like, kind of going back to that Aaron guy's twit, like his little twit longer where he says mistakes happen in the ring, nothing is perfect. No matter how many times the men and the women do their best to train and work hard to limit injuries, sometimes it happens. Sometimes you can't escape it. Mistakes happen in there and blah, 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 blah. Okay, but like, that was unnecessary though. Like, that seemed like a really, really unnecessary spot for someone who, like, okay, so if you're outwardly saying that she's green as fucking grass, right? And Penelope Ford, I would not necessarily call a Shawn Michaels in the ring, right? So you have two green-ass women, and yeah, you have Willow Nightingale there who should be the veteran, but at the same time, it's a full-grown woman flying at you, you know? Like, what really can you do when you're that fucking green? And like, and look, this is not me knocking Penelope Ford. It seems like she did everything right, but it's like, why put Harley Cameron in that position to begin with? I think that's that for me. And people could be like, oh, Devontae, all it is just simply catching a woman. Well, I mean, yeah, that's all it is simply catching someone, and she fucked up on that one, so it doesn't really seem that simple now, right? Now, does it? From what it looks like, it seems like Harley Cameron just wasn't in the correct position. And it looks like also Willow Nightingale wasn't in the correct position, and she's supposed to be a veteran. So my thing is, why did you guys let Willow Nightingale off the hook? I don't get that. Like, if you ask me, I think if you should blame anybody, it should be the producers of the match. Because I gotta assume these girls most likely went to them, somebody who coordinated the match, one of the road agents, let them know, hey, we're gonna be doing this spot in the match. And the producer should have had the wherewithal to realize, Penelope Ford, you have a history of botching a lot of shit. Harley Cameron, you're a great character, but wouldn't necessarily call you a Picasso when it comes to painting out a story in the canvas of the ring. Maybe we'll just take a ring check on that, okay? This match is pretty inconsequential, who cares at the end of the day? How about we just don't take unnecessary risk? I'm going to put it on the producers, personally, before I put it on the green talent. This is the equivalent of having someone who is head over heels as far as what they want to do at their job, and you know damn well they can't do their job properly. Like, imagine, you guys live down south, right? Some of you guys, you go to Publix sometimes, right? You guys heard me mention this before. You know how at Publix, they have some of the disabled people that work in the store because they have their little program for the retards who work there? Okay, so my thing is, you have them typically go outside, they gather carts, they bring them back to the store, they park them. It's all Gucci, right? Cool people, right? You give them a sticker on their shirt, they're 36 years old. They're having the time of their fucking life, right? Making money while being retarded, right? Love my favorite. Look, Publix have my favorite retards. I love them to death, right? Do you blame them if you were to put them on the register and when you count the money that night, right? You count the tier for that night, right? You count the deposit for that night, and it comes out negative $1,000. And then you say to yourself, what happened to the $1,000 that should have been on the register? And then you look at the person who's working the register, and it happens to be Tim. We call him Tiny Tim. Even though he's like 300 pounds, we call him Tiny Tim because it's ironic. It's fucking meta, right? Has the little propeller on his hat and everything. He has like the lollipop in his hand, but he's like 46 years old, right? Do you blame Tiny Tim, who's 300 pounds, for losing $1,000 off the fucking register? Or do you blame the fucking nitwit dipshit who put him in the position to work the register to begin with? And I know people are like, Devontae, why are you comparing Harley Cameron to a retard? Because wrestling-wise, it kind of aligns, right? If we were putting wrestling within the scope of education, she'd probably be in remedial classes right now, right? Let's just be honest with ourselves. She could work her way out of the remedial classes. She could be in the intensive reading, in the intensive math. But, yeah, she's remedial when it comes to classes like that, when you want to use it as a metaphoric comparison to wrestling. Her and Penelope Ford both. So I blame the producers for all of this. But for the people out there who are sitting back and they're not going to hold Willow Nightingale accountable for literally doing the same exact thing and not catching Harley Cameron, or not catching Penelope Ford along with Harley Cameron, what's her excuse? What's her excuse? If anything, she should have been the main one underneath her, considering she's considered more of a veteran compared to the other two. But you let her off the hook. Suspicious. It's super suspicious, if you will, right? But can I look at one more comment before we get out of here? This isn't going to really be that long of a video. I do want to... Oh, you know what? Actually, before I do that, let me see something real quick, because I know there's like a bit of a update on Penelope Ford, right? Let me see something real quick. PW Insider's Mike Johnson reported in a recent Q&A article that his sources stated that the initial fear backstage that Ford had broken her ankle, but after being checked by medical, her injury was not as severe as had been initially believed. See, so she's good. Shalom, folks. Shalom. She's good, man. So, like, are you happy now? She didn't break her ankle. Your favorite waifu was okay to botch and some more matches, and you know, continue being herself, which is botch filled. Let me see something real quick, because I've seen this another long ass twit longer. Now that we have the proper context, now that we've seen the other guy make a complete ass out of himself, when in reality, it seems like everybody kind of messed up here, including the producers, and Penelope Ford for not even she shouldn't have done the move to begin with, knowing who the people were to actually catch her, more in particular, again, Harley Cameron, a green fucker. Let's see. Let's talk about Harley Cameron. Harley has been bullied off of X due to her involvement in the spot that led to Penelope Ford's injury. Instead of looking properly into things, of course, there were the vocal and hateful few that took things at face value and decided to attack her. However, let's look at things realistically here. Okay, let's see. We're going to look at things realistically from the perspective of Ronnie Mac. Harley is still rather new to the in-ring aspect of the business. Okay, meaning she shouldn't have been in the ring to begin with, and that manner taking spots like that. Continuing on though, however, she's been getting her reps in and shown solid improvement. I mean, obviously not. Now we cut to the moonsault, and from Harley's viewpoint, she is about to take the brunt of not just Penelope Ford's feet, but the majority of Penelope's body, which could prove to be a brutal landing for both Penelope and her. Harley could get nailed in the face or head, and and it will stunt the momentum of Horde, slow her down, and probably hurt her in the process. Or you can just, like, catch her on the shoulder, like most of the wrestlers do. Oh, wait, it's because she's green as fuck, and neither one know how to properly... Let me see if I understand this, before we continue. So what you're saying is Penelope Ford could have hurt her and hurt herself in the process. So what you're saying is also getting the reps in while doing something extremely dangerous. Do you hear yourself right now, sir? Do you hear yourself right now? So she's new to the business, getting her reps in, and allowing a wrestler to do a move on her that she's not properly, what would you say, solid in regards to actually completing the move, right? Do you hear yourself right now? But continuing on, maybe you might say something intelligent. So naturally gauging that Harley moves somewhat to the side and throws her arms out to catch Penelope, she clearly is trying to edge her body inwards for a better catch, but by this point Penelope is already airborne. A very, very slight missed time. It was completely missed time. What very, very slight? What are you talking about? She wasn't there at all to catch her. She completely fucking missed her. A very, very slight missed time between both ladies, and Penelope hurt her ankle landing on her feet instead. This wasn't anyone's fault directly. Yeah, it was. It was Harley Cameron's fault, and fucking Willow Nightingale's fault, and the producer's fault, and Penelope for doing a spot like this with someone so green. Yeah, it's everybody's fault. The fuck are you talking about? This wasn't anyone's fault directly. It was an accident. Yeah, an accident because it was their fault. These things happen when trying to get everything perfect. It's nobody in particular's fault. It was all their faults. So directing all your hate towards Harley is unnecessary. Agree with that. You should hate everybody. She was doing what she felt was right in the moment, and the timing between both ladies couldn't be held. It was a freak accident and nobody's fault. Stop saying that. It was everybody's fault, including the producer. I'm sure that Harley still felt partly responsible, and it shook her confidence, so coming on here to bombard her with hate wasn't really necessary. You should be encouraging her and letting her know that these things happen. It was nobody's fault. Stop saying that. It was everybody's fault, including her fault, and no one should attack her over that necessarily, but at the same time, you should not be saying, you'll get him next time, slugger. No, you gotta make her feel somewhat bad so that way she doesn't do it again. You don't fucking say, hey, you did the best that you could be. You are the greatest of all time. I love you. You just happened to fuck up that one time. No, fuck that. No, you suck. Stop doing things that you're not properly trained in. Stop it. Get some help. No, you're retarded. Do better, guys. You aren't being white nice coming to Penelope's defense by coming on here and bashing Harley. I mean, aren't you technically, by that logic, fucking, I don't know, white knighting for Harley then? If that's your logic? It accomplishes nothing. You just come across as jerks. This wasn't on purpose, so the attacks here, or the attacks were highly unnecessary. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. People can say, I don't know. Maybe it's like, I don't know. Am I being a sociopath by saying that I just don't give a fuck? At least not to the degree where it's like I have to sit back and pretend as if this is like that much of a big deal. I mean, it's kind of a nothing burger when you think about it, right? I mean, chick fucks up, chick does stupid shit, chick does not get caught, chick fucks up her body. It's a tale as old as time when it comes to wrestling. Now, if you, I don't know, want to run off the internet because, I don't know, you feel like people are bullying you, I don't know. I just don't see it as bullying. I just don't take the internet that seriously enough to like constitute this as bullying. Like, I don't know, back in my days when we had to walk 2 miles up a snow hill during a hurricane earthquake, like, whenever someone like gave you a swirly or like a noogie or a purple nurple or a wedgie or something like that, or locked you in the locker room, right? All things that I, of course, did to all the young boys that I was, whoa, damn, no diddy, damn. I was gonna make a joke out of that. No diddy, no, but seriously, like, if you're that thin-skinned, then maybe you should just like not be on the internet, period. Like, I see them like all the time, like, you know, prancing around, and they have like this fall attitude, and this really, really fake attitude as far as like positivity and all this other kind of stuff. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like that's like such a huge cope. Whenever I see someone who act like that, like you see how Willow comes out with Harley Cameron, their cringe intro, right? And it's like all that positivity just comes off as like a massive cope, right? It feels like when I see shit like that, it's not directly doing it, and I'm not even gonna like accuse Harley of doing it necessarily, but it almost comes off like indirectly telling people, hey, look at me, I'm very happy, and if anyone ever ruins me being happy, attack them. And then like you get these hordes of retards coming out here saying, hey, you can't call her a retard for messing up a roof. The hell I can. The hell I can. Yeah, man, like sure, it's not that big of a deal. People fuck up in wrestling all the time. Like, if you're going after her in, like, such a manner where, like, you're threatening her, then obviously that, like, oversteps the boundaries of what is just constituted amongst internet, you know, rhetoric. I mean, now you're just threatening someone, right? Now you're breaking the law. But, like, if you're just, like, calling her a retard because she fucked up on a move, okay, so, like, who fucking cares? It's not the end of the world. And if she wants to run off the internet, that's her prerogative. But I mean, she's thin-skinned as fuck. Again, folks, we have another heel program on our hands as far as what we're booking today when talking and giving commentary on this video. But we have now reached the end of the road. I've talked way too long, way longer than I wanted to, honestly. So I'm going to let you guys take over and let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Devontae, you're being a piece of shit. You're taking things and you're making it more than what it is. No, I'm taking the piss out of it and I'm just acknowledging things for what it's worth, all right? Is it Harley Cameron's fault? Yeah, it is. It's also Willow Nightingale's fault because she also didn't catch her. It's also Penelope Ford's fault for doing a spot involving Harley Cameron knowing how green she was. It's also the producer's fault because they most likely had to ask them to do that spot and they gave it the A-OK knowing how green Penelope Ford and Harley Cameron was. Yeah, it's a little bit more nuanced. It's not just Harley Cameron's fault, it's everybody's fault. Also, stop cucking for Penelope Ford and Harley Cameron. They're both doing retard things and therefore should both be called retards. We're good on that? Alright, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. I gotta go take care of business after kind of, I don't know how to say this without embarrassing myself. Let's just say when that zoom in was happening during that Willow Nightingale edit, I can do two things at once. I can talk and I can also yeah, I'm just gonna go take care of that real quick. I need a towel. I will be catching you guys tomorrow for the Elimination Chamber, or unless someone else do something massively retarded, then we'll talk about that as well. As always, my name is Devontae, aka Millennial Smart, and I have to go clean up my splooch. Deuces and a P. Eyes.